Hello, hi there, it's me, it's Dave, or the Jaded Rabbit. God bless you, my friends. Thank you kindly for joining along for another live stream. Yes, another video. Here we go. Crazy, crazy. Now, please don't get it twisted. Don't think that I like Sonic Fox or anything. He's whatever. He's okay. He's an individual. He's a human being. He's perfectly fine. But like I don't have a boner for him or anything. So please don't think that. Please. Please don't think that. But yeah, Sonic Fox, maybe he was right all along. Maybe. He definitely was the winner. So if you saw Final Combat today, in fact, if you were trying to get those Twitch drop rewards too, hopefully you picked up those Twitch drop rewards because that Final Combat thing, it's done. And the winner, Sonic Fox. A good thing I got my 2 rewards. Did you get your rewards? I got my rewards. But the winner of Final Combat was them Sonic Fox? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you cuz it's not Mrs. It's not Mr. Themster? That Dempster. That Dempster who won, it was Sonic Fox. So he beat up some poor Chilean boy, Nicolas. Do you recall him? It was him and that other one who played at Evo last year. Fujin mirror match. It was dumb. Hated it. Oh yeah, it was Ninja Killer. Ninja Killer and Nicolas, they were Fujin mirror match. So as you can see here, the mirror match situation is very real. It's like Johnny v. Oh, they took off the chat? Oh, they disabled the chat live stream? Why? But why did you do that though? The chat was there available, but I guess like they don't want people to read it afterwards. That's kind of dumb. That's kind of dumb, but you can see little Sonic. Sonic is very happy to be playing this game. I think like the only reason like Sonic was there is cuz he felt like he had a really good chance of winning. So he beat up this poor little Chilean boy, and now he's the best Johnny player in the world. I think he also won something like $70,000. You can see the twins are commentating. Isn't this what's her face? God, Nina Williams' jacket from Tekken 8? Isn't that Nina Williams' jacket from Tekken 8? I think it is. It looks pretty. He's wearing it very prettily. Whose hair is better? I wish you would do some sort of treatment because these ends are looking kind of dry. Where's Drew? You're a hairstylist, Drew. Would love to know. I love to put conditioner in my hair. That way it doesn't look dry and crispy. Like, you don't want your hair to look dry and crispy. So yeah, I think like we're gonna fast forward to the part where he wins. Yay, look, he won. Oh my god, so cool. And then he got crowned. So this is the crowning moment. Let's take a look at the crowning situation. I'm gonna refresh this because I don't like this chat disabled live stream. Like, I got it. You don't need to tell me that there's no more chat. Where is it?
No, can we make some noise for that grand finals one more time? That was some great stuff. That was some great stuff. But we have to award our players. But first, can I introduce Ed Boone and Tyler to the stage? Come on.
Boo! Boo! Boo for Boone! Boo! Boo! Look, Tyler's wearing the same brown plaid shirt from his combat cast. I pay attention to these things. I should not be paying attention to these things. But he's wearing the same thing.
Be representing and presenting the trophies.
God damn it, does he not have another shirt in that wardrobe of his? Something that can fit his rotund body. Please buy this man a shirt. This is here in Toronto. Like, I'm sure they can make all sorts of clothes here in Toronto for people. Ed Boon, you know, this could be looking like hip or dapper, but it's also kind of reading like old man needs a sweater because he's too cold. Brr. He's too old.
To the players.
He's looking like a snack.
In seventh
Awkward
place,
silence.
Man from the UK.
Awkward silence. Dave wants a snack.
Video games. Yo, come to the stage, please.
Okay, so I think this guy's British.
Great season from this man all around.
Aww. Okay, so he won 3rd place. He's like in an all-white ensemble. What was the choice here? Just let's have rock out with our tits out or something. I love the choice of sweatpants too, because this is the thing. Like at the right angle, you can see VPL, visible penis line. Why do they do that? I think that he should have had a more tailored pant for the main stage. Like maybe you want to play in your sweatpants, your little video game because you want to be relaxed. But when you're getting an award, can you put on something cute? I don't know. It's all right.
Also tied in 7th place will be Zombat.
Okay, so here in Canada, it is heat warning, high UVs. It is hot. Let me see if I can find it in like Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit? Okay, so it feels like 40 to 45 outside with the humidex. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Okay. Right now is not too bad. So we'll say 35 Fahrenheit. Oh Jesus, I don't know. 95 Fahrenheit? Is that what it is? Celsius. I can't do math. I'm not doing math right now. Someone help me. I don't know what 35 degrees Celsius is in Fahrenheit. Either way, it's really hot outside. This guy's wearing 1, 2, 3 layers. Plus another layer. Attached to the body. But like he's really he looks like he would be uncomfortably hot. Unless the venue's like really cold. Which would explain why Ed Boon is wearing like old man sweater. Yay! Medals! We got medals!
In 5th place, the Mighty Unjust.
5th place? Wait, what? Wait, what? Why are we talking about 5th place? No one cares about that. Where's 3rd place and up? They're like, let's give awards to everyone.
3rd place will be none other than Ninja Killer.
So 3rd place, Ninja Killer. Look how many damn alternates and runners-up they had. Why do they have so many? If the reigning queen cannot fulfill her duties, one of these will fill in, I guess. He looks so young. He looks little. He looks so young. How old is he? I'm sure he's like 25.
And your runner-up is going to be in 2nd place, Legolas.
Legolas? Like from Game of Thrones? Oh, okay. He's 2nd place. You mean they couldn't give these guys anything more than medals? They have the same medals as the damn 7th place and 8th place? The same damn medal? They don't get anything shinier or prettier?
Ladies and gentlemen in the crowd, they have defended their crown once again for the second time. Please give it up for Sonic Fox, your final combat champion.
I love that the guy fully respects the pronouns. He's like, they have defended their title for the second time in a row. They there.
Here for MK1.
I would say I like the design of the sweatshirt, but I don't like this like nude blush pink. I need a more vibrant pink. This looks too washed out. That's the problem. I love vibrant colors. I don't like these like washout colors. They give this guy fireworks? Okay, so if he's trans, I just want to understand. Someone help me. Lord guide me. Lord knows I'm stepping in murky waters here. But if he's trans, what is he transing into? Like, this is always my question. Because he looks like a dude. So he looks like he's going from young gay transing into old gay. I know, been there, done that. So what is he doing? What is he doing? I would like to know. The edges. Note the edges. Honestly, this should be a crop top. Crop top, skinny pants, then I would buy it as a they there. Yeah. More skinny. More skinny pants. You know, like them pants that go wedgie. Okay, this is such a lame trophy. I remember, like, with Combo Breaker with MK11, they had that cool MK11 replica hammer for Shao Kahn. This looks so cheap. It's not even shiny. It looks like gray matte plastic. It's not even, like, shiny metal. Are you kidding me? And he's so happy. Fools. Look at this. Ed Boon's there and he's like, yeah, take that ugly trophy. You got it. And he's like in the back there, still looking like a snack. I like him. But do you see hourglass and books? And someone was paid to make this set design. Lame. Lame. They wasted money. See, that's the thing. If you take a look, you can see where NRS and WB games are constantly wasting money. Wasted money on Ed Boon, wasted money on this trophy, wasted money on this set design, and on Sonic Fox.
Give it up one more time.
Yay, Sonic Fox. He's
Your
the winner.
MK1 champion, Sonic Fox.
He's our queen. He's our reigning queen. Who's our reigning queen in RuPaul's Drag Race land? Who is it? I forgot. Oh, yeah, because I didn't think that she deserved to win. Nymphia Wind. Yes, all hail our reigning queen, Nymphia. Do you guys know Nymphia? I can't even type it. It's not happening. The words aren't happening. Nymphia. Here we go. Banana Girl. Yeah, she's so pretty. Who would you rather? Nymphia? Let me see if I can get this one. Nymphia. Look how pretty she is. This is RuPaul's Drag Race winning queen. And this is our winning queen here, Sonic. Yay! So lovely. So lovely. So, what a wonderful time it is to be a Mortal Kombat fan. I mean, like, great that Sonic Fox really knows how to play this game, but, like, who really wants to be so great at this mobile game? It's a mobile game. I don't like it. But, I mean, like, cool. He can press buttons. I think, like, what should be celebrated is, like, the quick end of support for this game. If there is a quick end of support for this game, I think that would be celebrated. But yeah, so this is just like highlights, clip reel that they made on the fly, apparently, of Sonic Fox winning, beating a bunch of people. And yeah, and it comes along with a little bit of like, do you hear that music? It's like a little bit of Middle Eastern flair. Yeah, interesting. All right, so I mean, Sonic Fox, he's the winner. Cool, awesome, love him for being a winner, baby. But I also don't really care for him in all his politics. He's very politically active, and I question a lot of things that people eat up from Sonic Fox. I think a lot of people just in general don't ask questions or don't think deeper into issues. And I'm not saying that Sonic doesn't think about his issues. I think he probably thinks about his issues a lot. It's just that he ends up going to the extreme, saying things like shut the F up turf to Scottish politicians, while saying in one of his videos what I do to turfs while executing a fatality in Mortal Kombat 11. Oh no, it was a tweet, not a video. He tweeted an image. This was the image. Do you know this? This is what I know Sonic Fox for. He's the guy who sent a picture of a gun to a Scottish politician saying, "This is what I do to turfs." So I was just so curious to see what he was saying recently. And he was talking about LGBT issues and Saudi Arabia. And I'm like, well, wait, what does Saudi Arabia have to do with anything with gaming? And if you guys know, then maybe you know, but I did not realize that some of the biggest prize pools that exist in competitive esports are coming from Saudi Arabia. So this is from Sonic Fox's Twitter prior to him winning, where he says on June 12th, because this is June 16th that we're making this, I'm certainly against the ECW, especially since the country actively discriminates against LGBTQ plus folks like me. I think allowing the EWC to stay in the FGC would... Why are there so many damn alphabets? It's too many alphabets. LGBT plus folks would just... I can't even say it. Just straight up just not be allowed to compete in it. So Sonic Fox apparently was approached by Saudi Arabian affiliates to compete in esports in Saudi Arabia. Apparently, a number of professional esports players have been contacted to join up for some sort of one of their FGC teams, one of their VGC teams over there for millions of dollars. Millions of dollars are up for grabs, which is kind of like insane. And I mean, Sonic Fox goes on to say, playing for that amount of money is anybody's dream, but doing so at the cost of discriminating against players is something I will always, and I mean always, be against. So this is another example of Sonic Fox's politicalness. Really trying to say that he disagrees with, I guess, the country of Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I don't really know how do we even get to this point? But it feels like there's a lot of politics with video games, and it seems like people are wanting to jump on the bandwagon either one way or the other, like whether it be like Palestine or Israel or Middle East or gays or queers for Palestine. People are just willing to just jump into these situations. I think like for all of these situations, whether it be like human rights violations or wars or whatever, I think the most important thing is that we respect people. I love people. Hopefully you love people. I wish people peace. That's the most important thing. Peace. But yeah, so he's like definitely taking like a definite stance against Saudi Arabia and EWC, and I was so curious, like, what is this going, like, what's going on? Because like, how did any of this happen? So Sonic Fox was tweeting on a tweet, and if you go to this tweet, which comes from a dude named Wave Punk, host of the Rocket League Championship Series. Rocket League, like, isn't that the game where you have like a car and you hit around a ball into a net? It's kind of what? What is Rocket League? How is this competitive either? So this guy's making a public declaration that he's stepping down from the esports award panel, that he was approached to work for Gamers 8, which is another games festival that happens in Saudi Arabia, but now to be replaced by like the $60 million EWC. Yeah, it's very interesting. They're also saying here that I sincerely love and respect our MENA, Middle East, and I guess North Africa Rocket League family. I'm appalled by the official policies and practices of the Saudi government. So this is what Sonic Fox is retweeting and posting on, that he does not like the Saudi government for the treatment of the gays. I mean, I guess he was Sonic Fox is kind of right about that. Like, I do disagree with, anyone getting some sort of bad treatment. I'm trying to choose my words carefully here, because the situation is, a little bit more than just like bad treatment. But hopefully YouTube does not demonetize me again. They love to do that. But this is so strange, because the guy is making comparisons here between Saudi Arabia and their treatment of, I don't know, LGBT, women, migrants, whatever, you take your pick. If the US were to use esports as a way to distract from their funding of the Palestinian genocide, I would react the same way. Wait, so this guy is upset at the Saudi government, I guess, for treating gay people bad. But I mean, the Palestine government would also treat gay people bad. Nor what does this have to do with the US using esports as a way to fund? I guess like they're thinking the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, he's responsible for a lot of like the projects that go on, including funding esports. Maybe not directly handing out the $60 million that's apparently tied to EWC, but to say that like the government being involved means that you can't participate, I guess like the question then would be like, why don't you get out of America? Because America does a lot of modern colonial techniques. Yeah, like get out of America if you disagree so bad with Saudi Arabia, because it's not like America is perfect. I'm not saying America is Saudi Arabia, but everyone's got problems. Every country's got problems. I'm pretty sure you could go to like Riyadh in Saudi Arabia and not find people in the park doing fentanyl, as opposed to the parks in my neighborhoods. So like we all got our problems. I think like having that sort of understanding that you are an American and that you are telling the Middle East how to run their governments and how to run their culture, it's kind of perplexing. It's also equally perplexing when like this dude who does not look gay is defending the gays. Is he gay? If he's a gay, let me know. But he ends his little diatribe about Saudi government being against Saudi government, but also being pro-Palestine, but also saying happy Pride. So how do all of these three statements coincide with each other? I'm appalled by the Saudi government Happy Pride and Palestinian genocide. How do all those words coexist? Because it seems like some of those would be a contradiction. Because no way Palestine or Saudi Arabia would care about Happy Pride. I'm so confused. It's very confusing. Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying. Like, what do you guys think about Saudi Arabia? Why are we talking about Saudi Arabia? This is so interesting to me too, because like I love history. And I guess like I like knowing about modern affairs of the world. And I know that there was issues with Qatar having the World Cup in Doha. And people were very upset about that because they don't like the gays or something. But like what? Are you going to tell a Muslim change their religion because they don't like the gays? That's a little bit too much of trying to tell people what to do. I don't agree with that. Whatever. So, here we go. Sean. Oh no, J4 deleted messages. No, that's okay. I think Duwan's just playing. He loves to ask silly questions. No, I'm not shy, Duwan. I'm not sponsoring Sonic Fox. We all know that I sponsor. I mean, Dave sponsors True Underdog. Hello, not Freud. T8000. Why you fax? Thank you. My grandma used to wear the same cardigan Ed is wearing. Sweet memories. I don't know about Ed Boon. He looks old. He should retire. Old incompetent Ed Boon. He should step down. Let other people take the helm who are more creatively like impassioned, perhaps. Couldn't they get a better trophy with the $600 you spent for MK1? Oh god. Yeah, $600 would buy a way better trophy. That like 3D printed axe, anemic axe, not cute. NRS sucks so bad, even disables the live chat. So the live chat was actually active during the live stream. Maybe it's I don't want to make excuses for NRS, but I know that the live streams for my videos are unavailable for 12 hours after the live stream. Yeah. I watched a little of the pro competition of MK11, but haven't kept up with MK1. Not surprised Sonic Fox won. He's pretty darn good. Yeah, good for him. Good for him. I'm not surprised either. I mean, like, who would it have been? I guess I'm not surprised to see, like, Nicolas in, like, the second place either. Because he was second place for EVO 2023. Go figure, I buy everything in the shop, including gear. Oh, God. Furry Fox wouldn't be allowed to compete without his fursuit. Where's the furry outrage of him ditching it? So, I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't want fursuits to be associated with the LGBT, and I kind of hate that weird kinks are now part of the LGBTQ plus. The LGBTQ plus is killing me, guys. I don't understand. They're making too many changes that I don't understand. I tried to watch the event to unlock the Twitch skins. I slept before Sub-Zero's was unlocked, boring as F. Well, hopefully you got it. Not worried about the Twitch skins. Got all the skins from Seasonal Tower, and I'm happy with that. Awesome. Great. Okay. Twitch skins, they're whatever. I really wanted Sub-Zero. Don't really care for Mania. But yeah, glad I got it. So yeah, I don't know, like, about this outrage against Saudi Arabia. It's quite an interesting thing. So this is the Wikipedia entry for 2024 Esports World Cup, because this is the first time that this thing is happening. Will be happening from July to August 25th, and will apparently feature like a number of different video games with the largest prize pool in history. $60 million. Like, the winner of Street Fighter got $1 million from their Capcom Cup this last year. But this is $60 million for what? And, I mean, like, this is a lot of money. And if Sonic Fox was approached to appear at the Gamers 8 festival, because this EWC is the thing that's replacing Gamers 8 festival, like, I asked my mom, I'm like, if the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia gave me $20 million to go play video games over there, should I go? And she's like, yeah. So I went. I mean, like, I would go. I would go for the millions of dollars. Why not? If they're asking you. I know it's terrible, but I guess everyone has limits of shillery. But this is quite interesting. I know people want to say that it's the Crown Prince, and I think the Crown Prince is kind of cute. Where is he? Can we get the picture of the Crown Prince? Mohammed bin Salman. There's a good song called Salam, and I wanted to say Salam, and then there's like Salam Alaikum, but no, it's Mohammed bin Salman. He's kind of cute. I mean, especially if he got like billions of dollars. He's super cute. He's super cute for billions of dollars. But yeah, so he's I don't know if it's him. A lot of people want to say that it's him, but the actual donator of all of these funds is the Public Investment Fund, which is run by the royal family of Saudi Arabia. If you're not familiar, Saudi Arabia is a country that was founded and controlled by one family, the Sauds. Since when? Since like 1800s? I think that like it started 1744 when they came up with like the meeting of the two dudes, but it wasn't until like 1811 until there was a war with the Ottoman Empire establishing the Saudi Arabia dynasty, the Saud family as a dynasty. Yeah, if there was a dynasty show like about Saudi Arabia, I would totally be down for it. Could you imagine the fashions? Oh, they would be so pretty. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm excited by this imaginary TV show. So Esports World Cup has been criticized as a tool for sports washing of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia because of its numerous human rights abuses, as well as the country's stance on LGBTQ plus rights, women's rights, and its handling of dissent. Honestly, I don't like the way I feel about this. I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong, but it seems like there's a number of younger Middle Eastern video game players. Like, we even had some of them showing up here in this. Let's see if we can find it. There's like a highlight reel where they had like matches, and one of the players is from Lebanon, another one from somewhere else. It seems like there's like a Middle Eastern representation even at Mortal Kombat. So it seems like the Saudi youth are really interested in video games. And if they got millions of dollars to throw on video games, well, I'm sure they would have some very fancy esports. If you take a look at the Liquipedia, maybe I can find it. Yeah, here we go. So this is the Liquipedia for Gamers 8 2023 with a $2 million prize pool from Riyadh. The people who are participating in this competition, A, it's numerous. B, it's very international. C, there's a lot of Arabic guys participating in it too. So let's take a look at Saudi Arabia. 9 of the 78 players were from Saudi Arabia, then 10 from Brazil, and 17 from the United States. So they're interested in having this not only because they want to sports wash their human rights violations, which I think is how the left really paints it. I know that there is stuff going on in Saudi Arabia that's really terrible, but I think we should also see like the culture for what the culture is. Like they like soccer and they like sports, so they're trying to insert themselves into those areas because they want to be the winners. They want to beat up the Brazilians and the United States Americans and the Sonic Foxes to say that they're the best. They even brought some Canadians. So yeah, I mean I think it's a very morally gray issue as to whether or not people should participate in these things, especially when millions of dollars are up for grabs. Sure they're beating up the gays of Saudi Arabia. That sounds terrible. The gays of Saudi Arabia are getting lashes or maybe even executed. But millions of dollars? Damn. I mean, it's a lot to pass up. So a lot of people call it sports washing. So this is a report from Jacob Wolf Report. He's recovering from nasal surgery. So I think this is a very personal blog type thing, but they're talking about the billions of dollars, not only in esports, but Saudi Arabia is through the Public Investment Fund. They're investing into lots of places like Nintendo, Activision Blizzard, Capcom. Not that they own more than 5% of Capcom, and I'm buying fighting passes for Street Fighter 6. So if Sonic Fox is saying that he's not willing to participate in the EWC, despite there being millions of dollars up for stakes, does that also mean I should stop playing Street Fighter 6? Because 5% of it is owned by Saudis who love to torture gays? It's hard. Where do you draw the line? No, I will continue playing my Street Fighter 6. I'm not going to stop. But it's interesting. What, are you going to stop playing Pokemon? Not that they own more than 5% of Nintendo. What? They own everything. They own everything. I was very surprised to learn that they own some of the richest properties here in Canada as well. Yeah, cool. cool. So moving on, this is more of a take from the Arab world. This is because I don't like to look at only one news source. Like if you look at NBC or CBS, you're going to get more of a left-leaning perspective. I wanted to see what was the perspective of people from actually within the Middle East. So I looked up Arab news and we got this one. Saudi Crown Prince launches esports World Cup. And I mean, he's not bad looking. I think it was his grandfather, Abdul Aziz, who was more of like the charismatic leader of the Saudi family. But he's not bad looking. I'm sure if he has shirtless pictures on Instagram, he's not getting lashes for being sexy on Instagram. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman on Monday announced the launch of the Esports World Cup to be held annually. So this is another thing. Like they're really trying to say that. When I say I'm saying people like Sonic Fox or people who are disagreeing with the Saudi government. They're saying that it is sports washing because it's forcing players to go on a recurring basis to Saudi Arabia. You could liken this to something like WWE returning to Riyadh for their special events. So, is this any different? Do you blame Vince? Do you blame Vince for taking the Saudi oil money? I don't. And I mean, like, I don't really blame him. In Dynasty, the TV show, like Alexis dealt with the Arabs because she wanted the oil. She wanted the oil money. So, like, I mean, I don't know. If Alexis can do it, why can't I? Touted to be... Do you even know who I'm talking about? Oh, and then she went to China because she wanted the China Sea leases. What? No, she's not Alexis. Nicolette Sheridan is Alexis. Oh, I guess in the recasting version. But I love me what's her face? Joan Collins. She's beautiful. I wonder if she's still alive. I hope she didn't die. Okay, so anyways, too much of a tangent. So we're back to here. They're saying that it's a wonderful thing. Touted to be the largest global event of its kind, it will serve as a platform that supports the gaming and esports sector and consolidates Saudi Arabia's position as a hub for international esports. Okay, so even the government propaganda from Arab land is also saying that this is meant to force Saudi Arabia to be a hub for these players and for these video game companies to start going to on a recurring basis. But I mean, if 5% of your companies, all the video game companies from Nintendo, Activision, Capcom, if they're all getting bought by the Crown Prince and his money, why not? Is it that bad? Perhaps. Okay, so like I think like we're getting blinded by the millions of dollars. The most valuable event in esports history. Let's actually take a look at what happens in Saudi Arabia. So this is now where things get a little bad. Bad. Okay, so Saudi Arabia spends billions of dollars hosting. This is from the Human Rights Watch website, by the way. Saudi Arabia spends billions of dollars hosting major entertainment, cultural, and sporting events to deflect from the country's poor human rights record. Now, I think you could argue this about Qatar, UAE, Bahrain. You could argue this about any Middle Eastern country. So why are we singling out Saudi Arabia? Is it because they got most of that oil money? Saudi Arabia has announced important reforms, but the repression of independent civil society and critical voices impedes any attempts at reform. I mean, it's been the same family ruling the country for more than 2 centuries. Like, what do you want? Do you want to start a war with Saudi Arabia? Like, what is the goal here? I'm not sure what kind of reform that Westerners or people from outside of the country actually want. Like, do you want to depose the family? Like, what's going on? Scores of human rights activists and dissidents are in prison or on trial for their peaceful criticism. I mean, like, that's tough. Authorities failed to hold high-level officials accountable for the murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi in 2018. So that was the guy who was wearing the Apple iWatch, and as they dismembered him, it recorded his heart rate. Fuck. That was that was terrible. But he was living in Britain, got brave, and then he went back to Saudi Arabia, and then they chopped him up. I think if you leave Saudi Arabia, don't go back. I think that's the thing. Especially if you're Muslim, Saudi born. Yeah. They're going to hold you to a different standard than opposed to like some white guy from America. The Saudi and UAE-led coalition continue their I love the UAE. No. Don't tell me this. The Saudi and UAE-led coalition continued their military campaign against the Houthi-armed group in Yemen, which is included... wait, are we mad that they're angry at the Houthis? Because isn't it the Houthis in Yemen who are interrupting world trade at this? What is this? The Horn of something? Africa, Red Sea. This is one of the critical shipping points to get to the Suez Canal. So all of this conflict there has people going around Africa or going the other way, making travel and trade really hard. I'm just so confused by this. Like, what do you want from these countries? To stop being Muslim? To give up their religion? These countries are ruled by their religion, ruled by their families, and whether it be like theocratic or autocratic or whatever, like, what do you want to do? What is the end game here? Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying before we get into more examples of what's going on in Saudi Arabia and why Sonic Fox might actually be right. The United States' involvement in Yemen is very questionable. I don't know everything about Yemen. I think Yemen is happening because people want to keep their trade routes open, but I think like peace for all. We need more peace. There's not enough peace. And it seems like there's a lot of people just getting involved in situations when they shouldn't. What likewise, like how I'm saying, like what is the end game here with Saudi Arabia? Like what does Sonic Fox want to happen to Saudi Arabia? Like how are you going to save all the gays, all the LGBTQ plus in Saudi Arabia? Like what are you going to do? Like how do you even accomplish that? Do you do you do something wild, warlike, something that would be a casus belli for war? Like, what do? You don't. I like the idea of laissez-faire politics where you just do nothing. Canada used to believe in that until they got involved with Yemen as well. OMG, that is terrible. Poor man. Happy Father's Day. Yay, happy Father's Day. Mommy would drive you to the airport just for 10 million. Well, too bad she doesn't drive. But I guess if I was getting 20 million, she would just throw me to the Saudis. Okay, so I asked her first. I was like, Mom, would you ever go to Saudi Arabia? Like, if you want a trip? She's like, no. she doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. But then I was like, what if the crown prince gave you $20 million? Her answer changed. Everyone has their price, I think. Not okay. So yeah. So let's continue here. So I was very interested. So, the UK, like if you're part of the UK, I'm sure you know that there's like football. It's a thing in the UK. Everyone loves sports in the UK. I don't really care for sports. I'll be honest. Whether it be esports or sports, the only sports competition that I've ever really been genuinely interested in is Pokemon because I used to play competitive Pokemon. But not really like this. Anyways, so this is from Tifo Football, who made a video about Saudi Arabia talking about the PIF's purchase of Newcastle Club, something. They bought some castle new in UK or something. So this is talking about gays. I'm not sure why. See, like, this is for me why I'm so confused. So, like, the Newcastle Football Club, is that gay or something? Like, why are they so concerned about the LGBTQ plus in Saudi Arabia? Like, if anyone should be concerned about the LGBTs, like, shouldn't it be the LGBTs? Like, why would a bunch of, like, straight people who play football care about the LGBTs? I'm so confused. Because I don't care about football. So why would they care about the LGBTs?
Hassan, a gay man, explains, Suhail was first arrested in 2018, but he was released on good behaviour. He was lured back to Saudi Arabia amid claims a relative was unwell. El Jamil is alleged to have been arrested again in October 2019, and multiple reports on social media claim that the charge sheet included cybercrimes, homosexuality, imitating a woman, disobedience, and public indecency.
This is because he used to post on Twitter and Instagram like shirtless pics or makeup tutorials, like he was pretty. But not imitating a woman. He wasn't even a drag queen.
He is also alleged to have received 800 lashes and now resides in a political...
800 lashes? Like eyelashes? No, 800 lashes. So why...
prison.
Why are they doing this to their gays? It's so terrible. Like, that is a terrible thing. Getting beaten and residing in a political prison because you wanted to be beautiful on Instagram. That's tough. That is tough. But at the same time, he got out of Saudi Arabia, was able to live his gayest life on Twitter in America or UK or wherever in the Western world. Why go back? Don't go back. Like, I think you would know, don't go back. Don't go back. Yeah.
As the board of the PIF, which now owns Newcastle, includes 6 government ministers in addition to.
So yeah, this is where I'm so confused. Why is it conflating this gay man's prejudice in Saudi Arabia with the board of PIF who now owns Newcastle? Like, how does all of this necessarily connect? Yeah, they're tangentially related, but what does LGBTs getting lashes in Saudi Arabia really has to do with, like, Newcastle football? At least your football club is still alive.
To the Crown Prince, there is loose hope that pressure in the United
Unlike the gays.
Kingdom could lead to his release. And the Saudi desire to impress economic partners overseas is highlighted by a remarkable allegation that representatives of the government are believed to have reached out to leading LGBT plus human rights organisation Outright Action International in order to request resources to inform officials as to the best way to entertain high-profile LGBT plus visitors working in the entertainment space.
So, like, what they're saying here is that people from the Saudi officials, they wanted to get with, like, an NGO about LGBT rights to get some sort of sensitivity training on how to handle LGBT plus high-profile visitors and entertainers. Like, it's not like they want to kill every single gay. They don't want to kill just the ones that are born Muslim. It's terrible. There's no way justifying it. It sounds terrible. I think, like, they've got money, though. Like, if Outright Action International doesn't step up to be the LGBT positive force, someone else is going to be.
Outright declined to comment formally when contacted by The Athletic. A source said they were unable to confirm or deny that a request came in from the representatives of the Saudi government, but said Outright is not currently providing training to the Saudi state.
Very curious. So that's a story of a gay getting hurt in Saudi Arabia. Like, he escaped Saudi Arabia, then he went back because they just said that his parents were sick, and now he's in prison. And apparently Saudi Arabia has wanted to get some sort of sensitivity training. But, like, gays do go to Saudi Arabia. So this is a dude, Matt Cullen. He's the guy with the microphone, interviewing, I guess, like, an escort? A person who provides companionship. And he wanted to provide this companionship perhaps in Saudi Arabia. So this is a story of gay going to Saudi Arabia. What happened? So this is strange. Let's see.
And all this stuff. And I was like, I thought you were trying to kill me or something. Like,
did you give him your number?
I gave him my Snapchat.
How many phone numbers do you have?
I have 3 right now.
Dramatic music. In Saudi Arabia, he didn't get so lucky.
Saudi Arabia was one of my goals, and I was like gonna check it off my list or whatever.
He's removed ribs, by the way. Little did he know a fan was following him and saw where he was going to stay. Strange.
He came up to, like, my front gate of my door in Saudi Arabia, and it was metal. The gate was metal, so, like, he was just, like, knocking on it like super hardcore. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, literally I'm gonna get sent to jail. Oh my god, what can I do? I started calling out my friends, and I was like, oh my god, like, literally I'm so scared. I've never been terrified in my life, because I was like, I'm in Saudi Arabia. If I get locked up in Saudi Arabia,
oh my god,
that's the end of me. My friend said not to open the door. Me being me, I don't pay attention to anyone. So I was like, okay, yeah, like, yeah.
You opened the door.
Fuck what you said. I opened the door. My heart, like, was, like, pounding.
You sure it wasn't the filler? Love the lips.
And as soon as I opened the doors, he literally pushes me back. Like, literally, like, physically, like, pushes me back like this. And he closes the door right behind me, and he, like, shuts the door like super closed, and he like locks the door, and he's just like, I'm smiling right now, but it was like super like traumatic at the moment. He was just like, oh, like I really want you right now, and I was go translate. As soon as
Not the Google Translate. Not that this guy was getting assaulted and he's using the Google Translate.
I looked at his eye, like started like trying to touch me, and that was my first time ever like having anyone like try something like super insane with me.
Wow. So like Saudi Arabia. So maybe like you can't draw any generalizations from this story. He has been to other parts of the Middle East. This is why I'm familiar about this person, and this is why I'm bringing up this story here, is because I know that he's been to the Middle East before, and I don't know why he goes back. What is so enticing there? And I guess maybe it's the adrenaline. Maybe it's the thrill of the rush of trade that could possibly kill you.
Like art and like,
Oh my god, not R-worded. Okay, so yeah, this is like so terrifying. I think like in a situation where the culture is very repressive, it seems like maybe one or two of those individuals would want to live out that repression with the first chance that they see. That's kind of scary. So scary. So yeah, poor SW Mateo. Hopefully he never goes back to Saudi Arabia. But I mean, like, clearly the trend is just don't go to Saudi Arabia. So I am also familiar because, like, I don't know why I know so much about these things. But I was very surprised to hear people's opinions about taking a high-paying job in the Middle East, because I actually know like Canadians who have done this. My pastor at church, he was a missionary in Kuwait. I think like one of the biggest lessons I ever learned from him was that you can't go to another culture and expect to bring all of your culture there. You have to adapt to the culture that is native there. So he wanted to have like his cheeseburgers, his like Canadianisms, his Americanisms. Those don't exist in Kuwait. You gotta learn to live like a Kuwaiti if you're gonna live in Kuwait. So this is another one. This is a story from a dude who lived in Qatar. He's from Canada. He ended up going to Qatar to work as an esports person, which is what is really happening here with EWC, with the largest prize in history, saying that it's $60 million, saying that they're going to be working for the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. It sounds pretty lucrative, and I don't blame people for still taking it, even though you hear these stories of LGBT repression. But I mean, like, not everyone's LGBT. Should you really disagree with them because their religion says they don't like gays? What about Christians? What about feet? Should we all hate feet because he hates gays? I mean, like, I don't hate him. He can have his own misguided theories, but I try not to hate. I believe in peace. The only thing I really hate is Mortal Kombat 1. That sucks. That sucks a lot. So, yeah, let's see this. Let's also see what you guys are saying. He's playing Russian roulette. Oh no. Yeah, taking chances with your life like that, going back and back to the Middle East. I don't know. And like, okay, I say like I like the Middle East. There's a couple of things that I really like about do you remember Sex in the City? Do you remember when they went to Dubai? Look at them. They're in the desert. Whores in the desert. You can have camels in the desert, and you can have whores in the desert. No, my mistake. They're sluts. They're not whores. But yeah, I mean, like, that was amusing. Or, how about, like, I love oud. Do you know what oud is? Oud is this like fancy Arabic perfume. Some of the most fanciest perfumes are coming from the UAE, coming from Saudi Arabia, and they're very expensive. So like if you want opulence in a fragrance, it's usually coming from the Middle East. They are the ones who make oud. They are the ones who grow like frankincense, the resin. They get all of that good stuff. So they have beautiful perfumes in UAE. Also, like pearl farming, like if you want antique jewelry, it's usually Arab, because the UAE was known for harvesting pearls. That's what they used to do before harvesting oil. But if you want antique jewelry, some of the nicest ones are like the Arab pearls. You know, like there are some really beautiful things about the Middle East. I think it's like hard to say like, oh, Middle East is bad. Can't say that. But yeah, Russian roulette with life, definitely. I wouldn't go to any country where I could potentially get my head chopped off, not even for tacos. See, like, I think, like, if you were, let's say, gay and working for the WWE, I'm pretty sure your head's not getting chopped off. I'm gonna say 75% sure. It's hard. Millions of dollars, who can turn their nose to that? Look at Sindel's. Looks like Sindel's son. You think he looks like Sindel's son? I think he looks like Amanda Lepore's son. Those lips. Guy. And like, okay, so I didn't show you the beginning. You should see the beginning when he's standing. Because he got his ribs removed. Look at that waist. That's what them Arab Middle Eastern guys want. They want this. And so like one of his other stories was that he gets with like, so it was in the UAE, because I think the UAE is maybe a little bit more easier to have the gays do gay things in the UAE. So he was talking about how one of the dudes that had purchased him, they like his booty, and he does like scat play because he has the booty for it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Nasty. These SWs are doing anything nowadays. Okay, this is from a dude. I'm gonna shout him out. I'm not telling you to go subscribe to him. You can if you want, but I'm gonna credit him because he's a smaller Canadian content creator, and that touches my heart in a strange way. So his name is Cameron Explores, and he gave a very revealing, detailed explanation of what it's like to be an esports player in the Middle East, specifically with Qatar.
In their villas and their houses, everyone's gone home, and we're there playing games. You know, we're on the esports teams, we're playing games together, just talking, you know, having a good time, enjoying each other's company. When we decide to have a little bit of fun in the office. So we lock the doors, we turn out the lights, and, you know, we have fun. Little did we know, one of the managers was walking through the hallway and they heard us. They heard some sounds going on in there. He reports.
Not that the dude, he's young. Maybe this is why he's so foolish. He's 21. He's getting lots of money. He goes to Qatar. He's doing esports. And then he decides to have an F in the workplace. At the workplace. And the manager hears
it to the police, and we were questioned by our workplace. So the police showed up and they talked to the security guards, and the security guards mentioned they saw me or caught me going from the rooftops at night. And so this resulted in my immediate dismissal from my job and deportation from Qatar. Now, I was only there for about 4 months before getting deported. And if I played my cards better, I would
He couldn't keep it in his pants for longer than 4 months.
still be there today. But the story doesn't end there. This is the part of the story where nobody believes me because it just sounds too insane to be true. But I promise you, every single word of this story is true.
Okay, so he went on. So I'll do a TLDR. So the rest of the story is that he went on a plane with the money that he made from Qatar because he wasn't able to put it in a bank. He got robbed, and he thinks he got robbed by a girl who was flirting with him, who made him jizz his pants on the airplane ride. And I'm like, what the fuck? The story is wild. The story is definitely wild. But it's, I mean, like 295 views. This is why I love YouTube. On YouTube, you can find these videos that are much like mine. Like, I love indie. I love small. I don't like these big-time YouTubers. I don't know who they are. But I love these little smaller ones because there's no filter. And ew. Ew. And so, like, I guess, like, there's a whole part of this story that you're missing. He was the only white guy in this esports team. The rest were Filipinos. And so the girl that he met was like, ooh, she wanted that white man D or something. And so, yeah. That's the story. That's what's going on. But could you imagine being so young in your 20s, early 20s, you're given an opportunity, like, let's hear him say it. How I was deported.
I'm using stick
from
figures
Qatar.
to help you visualize this because stock images just can't help here. In 2017, I was in college in Canada, living a very stable life. I was 21 years old, studying broadcast media, working 2 part-time jobs, when I got a job offer for an esports venue in Doha, Qatar. Esports, like gaming for money. This was my dream job, and the salary was way higher than anything I could ever make in Canada, so I had to take it. Now I'm 21, living in one of the richest countries in the world, making more money than I could ever imagine, tax-free. But
Ooh, tax-free money? Tax-free money, honey? You don't even have to pay taxes on that in Canada? No, I think you might have to, because you were only there for 4 months. You weren't living there permanently. Now I'm confused. You got to pay taxes on that, son. Wait, you better hope that the CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency, does not hear about this.
living conditions were horrible, let me tell you.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's really interesting. I find all of this very fascinating. So Qatar, we've talked about Qatar, we've talked about UAE, we've talked about Saudi Arabia, we've talked about Yemen. Where else in the Middle East do you want to go? I can't believe it. It's so terrible what they do to gays, and I guess, like, at the end of the day, I don't enjoy Sonic Fox. I don't think that he's right about everything. But he might be a little bit right to be wary of going to Saudi Arabia if he is openly trans. See, so this is the thing. Why is he calling himself LGBTQ+? Is it because he does not want to say he's gay? Or he's trans? Or he just because Sonic is not lesbian, nor is he bisexual. Nor is he a plus sign. Like, I would love to know. Because, like, you know, I associate with the G in the LGBT, but not necessarily. I'm not a lesbian. Nor am I trans or plus. So I don't get it. Jizzing on a transport is wild. I know. You know what? We're going to go back to that story. It's wild. Okay, let's see if I can find it. Okay, so,
No, but whatever. A few hours into this flight, everyone's sleeping, and this girl sitting beside me ends up falling asleep as well, but she rests her head on my shoulder. Immediately, 21-year-old me is like, mind's going crazy, put my head on her shoulder, and then with some like crazy 21-year-old confidence, I have to
Bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
So yeah, I don't know if that counts as joining the Mile High Club, but all of that happened without a single word being spoken between us. Afterwards, I got her name, she got my name, and we...
Ew, he jizzed himself. He went boom, bida pop. That's so nasty. That is so nasty. I'm so disgusted. How did he do this?
We talked for a little bit, but it was probably the most insane thing that ever happened to me. And if that isn't crazy enough, after I get off the flight, I only slept for a few hours on the flight. I must have been 16 or 17 hours on this flight with a 1 hour layover in Hong Kong. And then when I checked my bag, someone had gone through my bag. They didn't take any passports, any clothes, anything, but they knew there was an envelope there. I don't know how they knew, but they took all the money out of the envelope. All $10,000 was gone. And I
Wait. So you went to the United Arab or Qatar, potentially risking your life because you wanted to sleep around on the job, and you only made 10,000. That doesn't. Well, I guess 10,000 for 4 months. That's not bad. He's just playing video games, tax free apparently. I don't know what he reported on his taxes here in Canada, but he wasn't living in Qatar for long enough to say that he was a resident there. So, interesting. Very interesting. So, yeah, life. What do you think? Do you think that we should be against the Saudis? I mean, like, I'm not going to tell the Muslims how to run their religion, but, like, at the same time, I don't think I'm vacationing in Riyadh anytime soon. So maybe Sonic Fox was right. But I think, like, if you are a high-profile individual and you're an LGBT and you have the opportunity to make millions of dollars, I think the questions there, it becomes harder to answer. I mean, like, this guy went to Saudi Arabia for no reason. He just went there to, I don't know, rough trade? He wanted the rough trade. No, he did not want the rough trade. I'm terrible. But yeah, it's crazy. But I guess we should all hail our new winner, Sonic Fox. He won Final Combat. It's over. I kind of hope that there's not a season 2 or a Final Combat 2, because that would imply that support for this game is going on for longer, and honestly, I just don't want to see that. It's too much. Sean, LOLs, Sonic is a Fox. He'd fall in the plus category. Oh, okay. Oh, Lord. Okay, so yeah, crazy times. Hopefully you had fun with me. I mean, this was such a different experience. I really wanted to understand better what is going on in Saudi Arabia and why gaming, Mortal Kombat, is somehow involved. And I think I understand better. But if you have any feelings about these issues, let me know. I'm totally open-minded to this because, yeah, I think everyone has a price. I think if there is no money involved, definitely stay away if you think that your human rights will be violated in these areas. But I guess let's be realistic too. Like, you can't really ask people to change their religion without having some sort of war or vast civil unrest. It's a hard situation to solve, and I think goal should just be peace. Let's just find the peace that we can. Like the video, dislike the video, I don't care. Get out. The live stream is over. But if you really did like it, please do join the Jaded Bunny family. You guys get access to all of my builds, my secrets for MK1, MK11, other video games. If you want all of this and more, please do join. Much love to all of my brothers and sisters, but lots of love to everyone here. Howie Felterbottom, J4, Not Freud. I wouldn't rely on that 25%. Yeah. I think it's very risky. It's ma'am. Yes, it is ma'am. Juwon, why you facts? Hello. Thank you. Thank you for being here. But yes, I'm praying for all of you guys to hopefully not be in such morally gray categories like this. But yeah, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye, my friends. Take care. Peace. Love you guys.